The wallpaper. We bought a new house, my wife and I. It was a decent old building in the suburbs of Memphis. There were 2 floors and an attic, with balconies overlooking the beautiful mountains nearby. There was a small garden behind the house, where we could grow beautiful flowers, herbs, and fruits. The house was a pleasant little structure, with red tile bricks lining the roof and built of smooth concrete. The inside was really cozy, with a warm fireplace, an old-fashioned kitchen, some beautiful leather sofas, and 3 bedrooms upstairs. Now, my wife was in charge of the interior design and construction. For instance, she would be busy adding a lift so that when her mother visits, she wouldn't have to climb the stairs. Or she would be in the garden designing a pavilion so that we could sit in the shade and drink coffee. Or she would be in the living room, deciding where to place the sofas, the tables, etc. Or she would be in one of the guest bedrooms, trying to convert it into a study and workroom for herself. You get my point. And my job? Wallpaper removal duty. Probably the worst one ever. I had to remove every single wallpaper in the house and replace them with our own. And to add salt to injury, the previous owner of this house had papered every single wall and even the ceiling. So I had to climb on ladders, duck under tables, trying to rip every bit and piece of the walls. Removing all of it is brutal. However, it's oddly satisfying in a way. The best feeling is getting a long peel, similar to your skin when you're peeling from a sunburn. Just to keep me entertained, I kinda make a game of peeling, on the hunt for the longest piece before it rips. I don't know about you, but it just feels amazing when I get a really long piece of peel. One day, I had just finished the day of peeling wallpaper, and I was walking to the big trash bin in the garage with all the peels. That's when I noticed something funny. Under a corner section of the wallpaper in every room is a person's name and a date. My first thought was that the previous owner of this house was really eccentric. I mean, who would write names and dates on the wallpapers? And what were the names and dates about? Curiosity got the best of me. That night, I googled one of the names and the results shocked me. The name was of a missing person and the missing date matched the date under the wallpaper. I started to feel anxious. I knew something was wrong. I decided to check more of those names and dates. The next day, I made a list of all the names and dates I could find. Sure enough, each name was for a missing person with dates to match. I ran to the kitchen where my wife was busy modifying the design. You know the wallpapers plastered around the house? Yesterday, I saw that there was a name and a date on each piece. I searched those names and dates, and they all matched missing people and the date they went missing. What should I do? We decided to notify the police, who naturally sent out the crime scene team, or the CSI. They arrived in white vans, accompanied by one police car blaring a siren. We met them at the door and told them what happened. The leader of the team was a charming young man named Mark Lewinsky. We showed him and his team into the house and pointed out the wallpaper. His team started taking photos and sketched the scene. Lewinsky politely asked us to wait outside while his team searched the crime scene. After a while, we were growing impatient. I walked into our house and spotted Lewinsky in a corner examining the wallpaper with some kind of gadget. As I was making my way across the living room, I overheard one of the techs say, "Yup, it's human." "Human?" I asked him, "What's human?" "Sir, where's the material you have removed from the walls? This isn't wallpaper you were removing."